Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to Fleet and Facilities Maintenance Building.
Thanks for having me. Good morning. We are here at the Lewisville Facilities and Fleet Maintenance Building here in Lewisville, Texas. Really looking forward to showing this facility to you guys. We've got some of the leadership here that's going to give us this tour today. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
Chris Kirby, Facilities Foreman.
Francis Mascarenas, Fleet and Facilities Manager.
David Fruit, the Fleet Supervisor.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks guys in advance for the time you're going to give us today, showing us this beautiful facility. I've driven by a number of times. I've always kind of wanted to know how it works inside. I just knew it looked really good from the exterior, so I'm really excited to see how everything runs inside. Let's go take a look.
Sure, let's
Cool.
go.
Kirby, could you tell us a little about exactly what your department does?
My department's in charge of all the air conditioning, the keying, the security access, all the fire alarm systems, plumbing, anything inside the building and outside the building, my department takes care of.
Not specifically for just this building, I suppose, but you're talking about
All
buildings,
city buildings.
right? All city buildings.
We take care of about 36 buildings. I don't know the exact square foot. We have a lot of areas to cover.
Gotcha. All right, tell me a little bit about this room.
So this is my crew room. It's also where we keep all of a lot of our information that we use. What we got right here is submittals. This one's for City Hall. I can tell you everything about that building just from this book. And this is for one of the fire stations. Same thing. It tells us the paint codes, that all the walls are painted, the carpet they used, anything and everything about that. Also, what we got right here is our blueprints. We keep all of our blueprints right here. So if we have to trace out some wiring or look for plumbing issues that we have to find, we can open up our blueprints and everything's gonna be right here for us.
Are these sort of digitally replicated somewhere as well, I
Yes.
guess, just in case a catastrophic sort of issue in this building?
Yes,
It's not-
they are digitally backed up. We got a lot of these on thumb drives, and also they scan all of them into Laserfish. So my guys are out, which they all have tablets. They can pull them up on their tablets and see what information they need to get.
Gotcha, I gotcha. At what point of the day are you all in here together at the same time? Is there, a weekly huddle meeting or something like that?
We have a meeting every morning,
Okay.
and at the end of every day. So every morning we tell them what's going on, what we got to get done, and at the end of the day it's pretty much a debriefing. All right, what did you get done today? What happened? Any problems we need to know about? And sometimes there've been a lot of times where they come across problems and they figured it out, and we use that moment to teach everybody else that hey, y'all
right.
might see this in the future.
Yeah.
This is what we did to fix it.
So this is a spacious, well-lit, looks pretty organized shop.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us a little bit about kind of what goes on in here?
We do all of our main hand-on work here. So you can see we got over there, I have a guy, my air conditioning tech, he rebuilds a lot of our motors. So we do that in-house. We got these really nice work tables. Anything like motors, other kind of problems we have, we can bring them back here and work on it here. We got power right here at our access level. We don't have to run stitch cords anywhere. I got air to blow things off.
So I see tons of ladders.
Tons of ladders. You need lots of ladders.
So clearly ladders is a big thing
Yes, sir.
for you guys. One of the things that we try to highlight is safety.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the safety sort of training and whatnot and topics that you all talk about to make sure that you are safe when you're operating at heights?
One of the things to know, like when you put your extension ladder up on the top of a building, you gotta make sure you tie off to that building because the wind comes to blowing and everything else, that ladder can get blown off. Also, a lot of the main thing, you need to inspect your ladders. We got fiberglass ladders. If you don't inspect it, there can be cracks that happen really bad at the bottom just from stress and using it a lot and sitting out in the sun. You gotta check them because if that's cracking, you're up there working on top of the ladder and doing stuff and that gives out, you can possibly get injured. Also make sure when you open up the ladder, everything's locked down and in place because there could be times where someone might want to get on the ladder like that and this ain't locked in place, so this whole leg right here can just give out on it.
I see also, so, hard hats, so clearly there's a lot of PPE that's kind
Yes,
of
sir.
involved in making sure that your guys show up to that meeting in the morning in good health and
Yes, sir.
condition. They go home safe at the end of the day too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right here is our genie lift. We use this when we have to work on lights inside the building, get higher up. We got our big fans that we have to use to anywhere from a flooding, that carpet got wet, or air conditioning goes down, we help move air. And here's all my spot coolers that we also use. We have 5. We got one out right now. But like you said, you've seen them all summer. We had a lot of days over 100 degrees this summer, and it's really hard on the compressors and the air conditioning unit. So this summer, these were worked really hard because we use them everywhere. Because with the heat, we had a lot of air conditioners go down, so we use those a lot. What we got here is our lockup cages. We lock up all our bigger equipment, our specialty tools. We lock it up in here, and we have people sign it out because, as anybody would know, the last thing you want is some of your more expensive equipment, bigger equipment, to disappear.
Have you considered doing something like RFID or some sort of technical solution?
We haven't found the right system that works for us. All that right there is natural light. All that, we have a lot of natural light in here to help cut down the cost of electricity. Up here is where we store a lot of our bigger stuff. As you can see by the wall filters right here, these are all my 2-inch and 4-inch filters. At any given time, I have enough filters here to get us by for 3 months.
So filters are a consumable sort of product. You
Yes, sir.
use it and then you kind of throw it away. Is there some more green or eco-friendly sort of solutions on the horizon for
There
things?
actually is. In one building, I can't remember the name, we got this one filter, they say they last for a year.
Okay.
We've had them in for maybe 9 to 10 months, and they're still doing pretty good. We're about to have to change them out. But the technology is getting there. That way the filters can last longer and be more efficient. Then not only is it saving waste and stuff like that, we have to throw these waste, it's also manpower. If you remember back when the fluorescent light bulbs were big and the LED came out, I had 10 work orders a day for change out light bulbs. I had to have tons of light bulbs in stock, ballasts, and now that everything went to LED, I maybe get one a month. So it cuts down your manpower and cost of keeping stuff and having to have room for everything.
That's a really good point. Yeah, that's a really good point, that not only is it more sort of sustainable that you're using less materials, but you're using less manpower to go change them out all the time.
This is our new facilities building, completely enclosed, air-conditioned shop. We have multiple fans if for some reason the air conditioning isn't enough. So far it has been. Our old shop, we only had one set of oil reels. Now we have one for every bay on both sides of the shop. We had 2 lifts in the other building. This one has 6 mounted and 3 sets of portable lifts also. Every mechanic basically has an area they work in. They'll have a toolbox and usually a table. Some mechanics provide their own tools. Some mechanics use the city supplied tools.
And how about the different work orders and kind of just managing the fleet in general, like what's up for maintenance and whatnot?
We use a system called Faster. It's our system that tracks when they put fuel in the car, it puts the mileage in the system, and that tells us where they are as far as mileage, and we call them and tell them, hey, your car's up for a PM. Police and fire usually take precedence over most of the city. And then we have some that are quick, so we stop what we're doing to work a quick thing, get it back out on the road.
So as you're doing PMs and things on routine maintenance, you can also interject and get into that system when you have a police car or an ambulance or something that needs to get in, gets to the front of the line, I guess.
Yeah. Certain things we have to go ahead and stop what we're doing to take care of to get them back out on the road.
Has the sort of upgraded facility helped with recruiting efforts?
Yeah, we've been shorthanded for a long time. Once we moved in here, we were actually able to hire 2 more mechanics pretty quick, and we're full staff now.
Okay. And the employee morale and everything, it seems like it's probably improved a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're more comfortable. I mean, they have more facilities, more room, more temperature control, more climate control. You know, they're not having to work in the parking lot as often as they were at the old shop.
Is this kind of an example of one of those sort of emergency when you get these vehicles back out on the road, or?
No, this one is it's a blocker. It's an older vehicle that they send out on wrecks to keep the new expensive trucks from getting hit. They let that one get hit.
So you've definitely got a few vehicles here in this shop at the moment, but I know this has to represent just a small percentage of what you actually look after. What size fleet does your team look after?
The guys in this building maintain 690 pieces of equipment, everything from lawnmowers to fire boats and amphibious boats, fire trucks, obviously police cars and SWAT trucks and
So basically anything that's got a motor in it.
yes.
What do you think about the, this concept of electrification of all these sort of vehicles that you just mentioned, and how does your team kind of like play into that? What's your role?
We have probably 15 electric vehicles in the fleet, and we try to add a couple every year.
From a skills perspective, though, those mechanics that have been working on diesel engines their whole life, are you going to be limited in how much service you can do?
There's not a lot to do on them.
Okay.
All of our electric cars, when the battery starts, we've had to replace one so far since I've been here. I've only been here about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've only had to replace one so far, and we sent it to the dealer because they have such a lifespan that they're still prorated under the warranty. As far as the brakes and the tires, that's all still fairly normal.
Windshield wiper blades,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. It's pretty much a normal
the day-to-day,
vehicle.
we just don't change the oil in them.
Yeah.
But everything
Which
else is
kind of
about the same.
reduces the demand and on your team because you don't have those oil changes
Right.
and you don't have a lot of those PM sort of cycles that you got to do.
Yeah.
You've got an assortment of tire shop equipment here. Can you kind of walk us through the different things that you all do, I guess tires and wheels related?
We do pretty much everything tires and wheels related. We have tire changing machines. We have a tire balancing machine. These are for our car size tires. That is for our truck size tires. Like that truck over there and those fire trucks, they use that machine for the tires.
Got it.
The big tires don't take as much balancing because they're so big and they only move, they'll move around
Less
as much.
rotations.
Right.
Ah. I see here that we've also got some welding machines. It looks like a little bit of a workshop of sorts.
We have a lot of things that instead of having to wait months to get custom built parts from manufacturers, sometimes we can make them ourselves or modify them to make them work so we can keep the truck in service instead of it sitting here waiting on parts for a long time.
So this is kind of the experience that I guess some of the city employees would have kind of walking into this part of your facility, and then kind of what happens from here.
Just like if you stop in the shop with your car, we check it in just like the city people are going to do it here.
What happens in the event that they do have a flat or an issue and they break down off-site, and there's an emergency sort of situation?
We have a service truck that we can take and has some tools, has a compressor in it that we can do. If we can't get to it or the service truck is being used, we call a wrecker and just have it brought in. We have a contract with Proto.
So this board right here, kind of what are we looking at on this board?
That is our outside vendor board where we track vehicles that are not being worked on here because there's a bunch of them that we don't work on, like especially body shop stuff. And every now and again, if we don't have it visual, we'll forget about it being over there.
Sure. And I see warranty written on some of these things. So some of those, rather than your guys taking out the time and work and labor and parts to repair something, you prefer to have it worked on under warranty by the dealer?
Yes, plus then the city's not having to pay for it.
Right.
We bought the car, it's a new car, it comes with a warranty. We don't want to charge taxpayers to fix something that they could have got for free because they've already paid for it up front.
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Wow, I feel like I'm in an auto parts store. I wouldn't have thought that I'm in a city of Lewisville sort of fleet service center here.
Yeah, it's run kind of like a little parts store. We try to keep enough stuff to keep all of our stuff running on a normal basis. We can't keep everything, obviously, but.
So, you've got the import sort of shop down the road that works on imports. So you got like the domestic shop that works on domestics, or the diesel shop. But you kind of have to be all of those all in one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
and
take
the small engine
you don't
repair
take your
shop.
lawnmower to your Chevrolet dealer to work on.
Right.
Whereas we do all of it.
Yeah, you've got to be, from A to Z, kind of have that knowledge here within your team.